We just need somebody that can swear. Our senior swearing. Jeff's done a really good job in the past.
Well, thank you, Jeff.
So
I don't know, is the spray thing still up there?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And I told them I will sit on it, but I would help them with anything that they need help with.
Okay, good.
The other thing we've got to get organized in the past, our insurance covered the Brookview program, like it does the activity committee.
Okay.
So I don't know if
We're looking to see if it's not written on there, but I think it is on there, so.
you still have it on there then, so it still may be attached
okay.
to.
So, I mean, if that's what you guys wanna continue to do.
I think we do that.
So if it's still on there, then just let us know one way or the other.
Is there a phone number on your flyer there? So in case people ask,
I can get a new flyer made for you that has more clear contact info. I didn't want to give out too much.
Okay.
Until we had to
Okay.
get everything.
I didn't necessarily want to put my personal
Yeah.
number out
Okay.
there, or
Right.
anyone's personal number
Okay.
out there, and then be bombarded by calls that we can't really officially field yet.
Well, now you can.
Yes.
Good.
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
stepping up and
Yes.
helping out. I'd also like to throw out there and mention that Gene had made a comment that he wouldn't mind maybe doing some activities in the gym through the winter for kids. So that's something we can look at, but he's very interested in that, I'm assuming still.
Yes.
Yeah, because he was
Between
very,
basketball and pickleball, I feel
Yeah.
that we could definitely field.
Pickleball court set up and
Yeah.
we can put the other.
Somebody had mentioned there was a pickleball
Yeah.
court installed in that
Yeah.
building. I thought, well, that's all the rage right now, apparently. I've never played it, but
There's
I hear that
actually-
nonstop.
There's room for two of them. We only have one set up now, but there's room for two of them.
Okay. Yeah,
so
there's,
Awesome.
there is a
And
draw for like pickleball tournaments too.
Yeah.
So,
well, it'd be good to see the fields being utilized once again.
Yeah.
Any other questions for?
No.
Thank you very much. Building commissioner.
Probably the only thing, I suppose you guys all know the variance for the towers all took care of, everything's ready to go, so whatever they, I don't know when the time is yet, I mean, he acts like he's gonna get on it, so I think that's gonna go. And, Mrs. Wright's got a thing that she wants to present about the library, I don't know when you wanna do that, about some different stuff, she had given me, some papers on that, and I just told her it'd probably be better if she'd come here and just present it to you guys, so.
I don't see her down here, so she's more than welcome to take over.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you, guys.
No business.
Okay.
Is it under new
Yeah.
business? Oh, I see it. Go ahead.
You want me to go ahead? Okay.
Yeah, let's get
All
it.
right. Awesome.
Because he may
So-
have to answer some questions for Jeff too.
Yeah, absolutely. So I set some extra copies of this up there for y'all. I gave you an abbreviated version because the real thing's like 130 some pages. But this has the pertinent stuff. So I'm really excited to share that the library last month was awarded a $1.9 million grant for our expansion project. It is a Ready 2.0 Arts and Culture grant. It was highly competitive. There were 319 applications submitted for a total of $400 million in asks. They only funded 49 projects, and I think like 63 of those in the Northwest Indiana Forum. So yeah, we're really excited.
Yes.
So the grant is for $1.9 million. We have a local match of $1 million that we'll be investing into the community, into our building, our facilities, and what we're able to provide. With that said, we are, as of right now, foreseeing that we'll be able to do this project without going for a bond, without going for a lease, without taking an additional tax draw. Like this, as of right now, this project is fully funded, which is really exciting.
Yes.
We do not have a fully fleshed out design ability study, which I've given, this what I gave to y'all. If you look on, there's multiple options in here. If you look on page 18, option number 4 is the option that we have budgeted and we're planning on pursuing. It's basically going to be a programming space, just like an open flex space, which obviously we do not have right now. We had a program on Saturday with 27 kids, and it shut down the entire lower level because we just don't have space. So the lower level is planned out to be like a flexible programming space, and then the upper level we have a kind of a wish list of what we'll want to do on the upper. Hired an owner's rep firm called Veritas. They're a great group to work with. They've done a lot of public works projects, worked with a lot of libraries, so they've been a really great resource. We are looking at proceeding with bidding out the project, or the next step that we're working on. I've been talking with Jeff here. What we will need to ask us from the BZA is for a variance on our current easement. So as it stands right now, according to town code, which we have cited in here on page from the alley. What our architects did when they were generating this feasibility study is they looked at the other properties on like our road, so like all along the alley, and they basically designed this boundary based on similar properties along this, like in that 2-block stretch. The process of approaching the BZA for variance on our easement so that we can go ahead and start designing out our project. The grant is supposed to be completed by December of 2028. So we definitely do not want to drag our feet. We want to make sure we have plenty of time to get this done because chances like this don't come around very often. So I know that was a lot.
Filed for BZA yet, or?
Not yet.
No, because I mean, I just wanted to make sure she run it by you and to make sure everybody understands what she's wanting.
You just have to file and.
And then I didn't mention, but obviously the north lot that we purchased a couple of years ago, that the plan right now on that north lot, the south end of the north lot will be a parking lot. And then our hopes is on the north end to put a little storage building of some sort. Right now we have actually a storage unit because in 1914 when they built libraries, they didn't exactly think about closets. So we're hoping to put up a little storage building on the north end of that north lot, just for our sanity.
Trouble with some of that different things. How close are you wanting to get to the alley?
So right now, the way it's written in this study, based off of some of the existing buildings, it's 10 foot off the center of the alley.
10 foot off the center of the alley.
Is how this is written. But I mean, if that's a really hard line, it's 10 foot off the center of the alley.
So you're gonna be really close to the alley, to the edge of the alley.
Yeah, you mean 10 foot off the
Center.
the right of way.
No, 10 foot off the center.
10 foot off the center is what this
The
says.
alley's 20 foot.
Right.
That means it's right
So
on
that'd
it.
be- right. So that'd be a BZA, up to the BZA, whether
Correct.
they allow you to.
Correct, and that's one of the things when I was talking with Jeff, exactly how much of this, because this is some of the existing properties. So we're kind of in a chicken and an egg scenario right now where we don't want to go so far as to put a lot of money into the design, knowing that it might not get through. We want to work with the BZA, figure out what we can do, and then build out that design. So that is what the feasibility study drew out. That's not necessarily the final ask. That's where we want to work with the BZA and move forward from there.
Because I think there may be some questions on the corner being,
Yes.
if you can see around the corner pulling up, if they're that close. I mean, I think
Oh,
there could be some
absolutely.
traffic issues there, in my opinion.
No, absolutely. And like I say, that's not like the official ask. That's
Right.
what this design shows.
Is there any other, did they present you any other?
They just told them, when they drafted this, we asked them to design it based off of existing buildings that have encroached beyond the easement. And that's where they said, like, we're gonna build out to the max compared to what some of the others are. So basically, I think they looked at like Harmon's and Denny Bauer's old shop, and they looked at those and they were like, okay, so this wasn't a design. This is the what you could do
Right.
kind of a thing. This isn't like the actual design. The design team hasn't been hired yet. That has to be bid out as a public works project.
Right.
So there's no structure that's gonna go on the north side of the alley, that's just always going to be parking and whatever on the north side of the alley? The
South
property.
side of the property.
Is going to be parking, but then on the north side of the north lot,
Yes.
we're
Oh,
wanting
well,
to put
okay.
a little storage shed there.
Okay, But that's the only thing, that's the only thing that's gonna be on the north side besides parking.
That's the plan, absolutely.
Yeah,
We don't
yeah,
plan on
yeah.
having any sort of really infrastructure, like this storage shed, we don't even plan on having like HVAC. A lot of our library of things, the larger things like your weed whip and your carpet cleaner and a lot of your larger items have to be stored off site.
Mhm.
Well, when somebody comes in to borrow them, if we don't have enough staff on site, we have to say, sorry, can you come back tomorrow and we'll get it tonight after hours, because we can't have people constantly like leaving the facility to go get the things that people want, or like cornhole. Pickleball, we have a pickleball set at the library that you can borrow. So that we're not constantly running into that. It would just be nice to have everything on site.
So I guess the other thing, I mean, I didn't know about a lot because, there's, you know, I never filed a variance on a permit that ain't never been issued, so it's kinda like, you know, there's, whenever you file a permit like that, or give a permit, you gotta have a state release. I guess I didn't know what direction the town wanted to head, if they wanted to let her go on and file variance on something like that. That's
They
where I'm
probably
kinda
gotta
like,
know, probably gotta know if they're gonna get the variance before they could get a state release, cause if they get a state release for what their design and stuff is, you know, they're gonna, and then don't get the variance, and then they're gonna have to go back, so.
well, that's where I was at, because I mean, I
I
never
guess
saw.
they can get the state release done, correct? I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's
You may
why,
wanna
I mean,
check
because,
into
yeah,
that.
we'd never issued a permit unless.
Yeah, just ask
exactly
your,
what
ask
you
your
got.
design
Yeah.
company, you know, but I'm pretty sure that they're gonna need to, I mean, cause if they get your state release, you get all that first, you'd have to get your variances and stuff first, is what we usually do, and then you go for the state release, so yes, you would probably have to file, in my opinion.
Yeah, probably the biggest thing, I think somebody needs to get some good marks out there so they know what, so
Right.
that people know what's going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, if they could do something like that,
Yeah, just
you know,
kinda
just.
show.
Okay, and so what steps do we need to officially like do anything, or are there official steps we need to take first to notify like the BZA that, hey, we're about to mark this,
They
or
just come in and
Yeah,
file
and just
a
file a variance.
so file
file
the
a
variance
variance.
and then mark it out,
Yeah.
don't mark it out and then, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we'll just get the variance to be filed under the, they meet the 50, yes,
Right.
yes, so.
That'd be, you know, that's all you'd have to do,
Sounds
so.
And you can file that here with Kathy, she can, we'll make sure we get the right, ordinance that it hits, and I mean, there's a fee for that, but it's pretty minimal for what you.
So,
awesome. Can I answer any other questions for you guys? And or relay them to my team?
Congratulations on
Yep.
that.
Thank you.
very good,
Thank you.
congratulations.
We're very, very excited.
So,
Awesome. Besides that, we wrapped up summer reading last month. We offered more than 100 programs either as we ramp up for the rest of our school year programming. So if anybody looks at this and has any questions, you guys know where to find me. So thank you so much.
all right, thank you. Anything else for the building commissioner?
No, I think that's,
You guys got anything for them? Touch base on, the alumni had their last alumni, and they gave us a Purple Ace banner and wanted to know if we could permanently hang it in the gymnasium somewhere. So, I got that at the house, I'll give it to Jonathan and they can. Museum,
Well, this is kind of museum. So I don't even know where to start. Back in about 2003, if you recall, we formed a committee called the Iroquois Washington Preservation Committee for the sole purpose of putting together the book that we published in 2006 for the sesquicentennial. Well, we've still been in existence for the last 20 years. We've helped put a couple of historical monuments of the Mixco Bill at the museum, which we have. It's been on auto pay. Janet Miller was treasurer for all those 20 years, and then when she became ill and subsequently passed away, I got a call from her daughter Marcy and said, Kyle, I've got a stack of stuff here for you, and that's exactly what I ended up with, a bunch of bank statements, Mixco Bill, taken care of. I don't know, I see her in there, I don't know what she does, but clearly
Vacuum.
keeps it clean and everything. So there's three of us left, maybe four, of this group from 20 years ago. And our mission has been accomplished. And I'm of the opinion we need to just disband. But that goes, the next question. And again, we have not made this a formal decision. We're gonna get together and have a few beers and try and figure out what we're gonna do. But we wanna know if we decide that we're done, if the town would take over paying that NIPSCO bill and, whatever little things that need to be done from now.
And-
With that,
And I'm in my mid-80s now, so my time will be limited. Looking forward to the future, not asking it, but the day is coming, so we just want you to think about, are you interested? We also have another option, so we don't know what we want to do. We have to talk this over ourselves. We just would kind of get an idea of, let you know that we're going to need to do something before too long, not immediately, but for a few years, within a few years.
is that we do have money. We're sitting on about $39,000 to $40,000 from proceeds of the book that would go to pay the $60 a month NIPSCO bill for quite a while. and any other, minor repairs or anything or major repairs, that you may need to do down the road. And that obviously would come with it. So if we're not asking you to take the financial burden. We just want somebody to write the checks. Because honestly, I don't want to do it. And it's on autopilot, so it's not a burden, but we just need to look for the future and make sure that building is preserved.
Okay, that's something we can think about.
Yeah,
certainly.
we're just here to kind of.
Yeah, it's just to think about. We don't want you to do anything now because we haven't decided.
Kathy's gonna have one more check a month. I just one more check. So we're just here to kind of plant that seed and let you know that we may want to walk away. My suggestion was that the remaining members divvy up the funds, but that got nixed, so I guess we need to.
Yeah, we ought to go on a really nice cruise.
Yeah, so.
I would like to, in my head, is there any chance, Terry Lyons, who is, of course, Larry Lyons' son, and I pretty much are it. Is there a way through any of the mail outs who you do or anything that you can say the Brook Museum would love to hear from people who are interested in the history of the area, and we'd love to have help?
Because there's not that much room on the water bill for.
Yeah.
If you do another one of can you put something in the envelope when you send out your water?
No, that's not an envelope.
They're all
Postcards.
They're postcards.
Something to think about.
We'll have to work on that. Yep.
Facebook page.
Anything you could think of that would, through the,
There's a town Facebook page also that can put something on there.
it'd just be nice to have a few more volunteers besides just Terry.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
That's it for us.
Any other questions for them?
Nope.
Regional Water?
Only thing, the yogurt factory is a go.
The what?
Yogurt factory.
It's in the old egg garden?
No, new complex.
Oh, they're building a new one
Yes,
up
sir.
there?
Are you using methane in the formula?
I don't know.
Methane coated yogurt, huh?
Methane-based yogurt.
There you go.
Fair life.
Parks, got anything?
Chip, did we get that check?
Yes.
Yes. I haven't heard from June Miller yet. They hadn't met, so I'm hoping to hear from her soon. So we're getting closer to
Good.
Bill. I don't know if we want to do any, Jonathan suggested stonework or getting that other out of there, being it won't be in use for prior to, as we're still going.
Was there, you're talking the walkway up to,
Yes, yes,
Is there,
nothing done
are
to
you
the
putting-
actual,
are you eventually gonna make that like a concrete walkway or?
yes,
Okay, so you just want something in there temporarily because of all the tripping and
Yeah, we had, Jonathan thought we had somebody to take this,
Yours will come in and do it.
come in and do the
On
destruction of it.
Right.
and then-
On that, Joe.
Okay, yeah, no.
It'll be at their cost.
Good.
All
That's
right.
all I have, right?
Yep, sounds good. Thank you. That memorial needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're doing that. Thank you.
Thanks for your help.
Where the sign is, all that brick stone,
Uh,
tearing it out, 'cause it's just a tree. There's water and sewer in those. We have to look at the page, it's a little more than, or a little less. I think it's a little,
Like 2,000.
yeah, 2,000 more with the refiguring of the roads. I see an okay for that.
What's the total price?
$79,898.50. And it was 78, so it's like $1,000.
Which is a new price.
New price, 79,898.50.
I don't see a problem with that. Motion to approve the addition.
IDEM got a hold of me earlier in July-ish. We were incompliant with one of the requests they asked for last year with the lead and copper line service. I worked with our water inspector and was ace to everybody, so just letting you guys know that we've got that taken care of and everything's back to where it needs to be, and IDEM's happy there.
That's lead and copper, right?
The inventory, lead line inventory. And the only thing I have is a generator.
maybe not.
Do what?
I think he's throwing you out
Okay.
there. I'm not
Yeah.
sure, but
Now, generator as of last Wednesday, fired up, ran on its own for the exercise time, shut off without any faults or anything. Closed to keep the airflow going through there, otherwise you get faults. And then also I shut the power off. It fired up, ran it for a half an hour, it switched over. Everything ran good, shut it off 5 minutes more and shuts down. So, and I was getting a little anxious on that and was shutting it off early, which created another fault. So, but I'm gonna remake the instructions on programming so that they're a little easier to understand. Then I'll get with Jonathan on it. But it's supposed to exercise.
Okay, good.
great. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Yes,
Thanks, Steve.
I think we've been working several years on that.
Yeah, well, also, it would have been done sooner, but
Yeah,
we got 230 volt down there, the
Yeah.
ground, and you gotta have a charger on it. Try to find a 230 volt charger. I finally found one, and so I'm gonna get a second one to have it on hand.
Thank you for helping us
Yeah,
out.
thanks.
Yeah.
Station Club for,
Cut wood, just gonna get that, gets cut and get it put in.
okay, for boundary worker.
Veterans Memorial. Get a day scheduled and work on those sinking bricks.
Yeah.
So, you've got sand, don't you?
Yeah, we got plenty of sand. We've been trying to get to it. but-
No, that's fine. We'll make a day and come up and, we know you're busy. It just needs to get fixed.
Okay.
It's sinking pretty heavy out there,
Yeah.
so.
Did Clark's, and Ashley's gonna come over and look at it, because that's under warranty.
Any other questions on the veterans? Okay, old business.
You guys call me.
So how's that going? Where are we at on all that?
I met with the commissioners last Tuesday, and the commissioners are gonna back us on a request for financial aid. We're gonna request 600,000.
20% of the 600 they're going
Give us,
Give
we
us, and
don't
then we
pay
pay
back,
back the
we
balance.
pay back the balance at no interest. I have,
Which we really would like for that project not to come in at that though.
Sure, right, yeah. I can't, I won't, I think like I said on the phone, we weren't in a position, you guys weren't in a position to fund it at that time, so I haven't moved forward with anything yet. The numbers that I presented to you last time, I still feel are pretty accurate numbers, but I wouldn't be able to tighten those numbers down until I could actually sit down and start doing the design part of it. Which now, now that you guys are feeling the.
and they will be the ones to actually give us some money.
Okay.
So next Tuesday.
I'll wait to hear from you, Rex, before I'll really dig into it and start getting into
We just wanted to know what you had to do next.
Oh, so then the next part, just like in almost any other project, is once you guys say, yes, we want to definitely, this is what we're doing, then I'll meet with them about to make sure our numbers are still looking decent from what we've based everything off of, and how we've kind of transitioned what each pond is doing through this. And as long as all of that still lines up, then I'll move into the drawings document, the bidding documents, and we'll hopefully get 3 bids. Because you guys are kind of funding this without a CBD grant or any of those things, there's a lot of the federal stuff that we don't have to go through. We'll still advertise it.
with Gary White and all
Yeah,
that.
we don't have that overhead as part of this. So, we'll bid it out when we all decide that now's a good time to do it, and then we'll get hopefully at least 3 bids.
Because I told them what money we don't use, we will give back to them immediately.
Yeah.
So, when you start getting the documents and stuff, does our attorney need to review those?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll work with the attorney.
As we can, and we'll select the lowest, most reasonable bidder, and that doesn't always mean the lowest bidder, right?
Right.
We've had that happen before where the lowest wasn't the most responsive. So, we'll pick the lowest, most responsive bidder, and then we'll get a schedule put together for construction. Where to go. I do have multiple other things that I'm working on at the same time, so it's gonna take a little time to get through the things that I need to do it, but, for
So
what we're,
break ground, what, November?
right, I would say that,
Wishful thinking.
as long as they don't give you a, hey, we want this to start in this time frame thing, I would think that it would be best to start it in the spring anyway,
Yeah, because the money will be available next year.
early February, so that we get bids in, and hopefully we get them in early enough that people's schedules aren't full yet, and so we get the cream of the crop when it comes to the numbers. And then, I would say sometime in spring, when, in late March, we can get the plant up and running, in the summer, to be able to run it as we intend it to be able to run, so we get a little test time in that instead of finishing in the fall.
Right.
And then having to go all the way through the winter before we get fired up again. So, that would be the timeline I would hope for. And this is just an update on that utility study stuff. I came early and Bud and I sat back there, and I think I finally have the problem figured out that I've been having about creating the different subsystems. The language from the GIS, and so
Okay, good.
I should be able to get back on that, because we're past the problem, I think. So,
Okay. Good.
Good deal. Thank you. Thank you very much.
no problem.
Thank you, Rex, for jumping in and going to the meeting, so.
Yeah. So I'll wait for, my 2-hour drive is gonna be longer, so I know it. So, okay.
It might be ahead of you the whole time.
Pretty messy coming up. So,
We'll see. Well, be careful going back.
Yep,
Thank you.
all right,
Thanks for
thank you.
everything.
Thanks, Ryan.
before we move on real quick, I'd like to recognize Tyler Holloway and Tyson Wilson back here. They're stepped up to the help with the, everything's been approved. He's got all the information, so.
Sweet. Thank you
Anything
guys.
you guys want to
Appreciate
add, or
Yeah,
you guys
thank
good?
you.
Good.
So, we're looking forward
Pretty
to it.
excited.
420 West Howard, that's a completed project, right? Okay.
As far as I know.
Of,
I just have to put like a.
on the
list
lien
of-
and stuff, you got, that's what I'm saying, you got everything put together and
It's
then
not put together, but
it's in the
easily,
works.
it's in there, it's.
Okay, and Becky said she would help, so if you need work, make sure we get it all in there correctly.
I just need to count on the days that are fine.
And Chip and them finished,
Okay,
There's
so.
a few things I need to add in there from Chip, but I'll get with you on that.
okay.
Yeah, I think we need to get that put together and get it done kind of sooner than later. Okay? Are we any further on time clocks?
We got two here, but
I think we need.
Pretty much gave us that side of it. Is there anything else to bring up on that? To the new business. We've already taken care of this, right? Hometown Christmas request for funds. Each year has new activities, bigger crowds, and more community participation. In 2021, we had over 450 attendees who enjoyed live entertainment, food, hay rides. I think it's supposed to be 2025. She's got 2021, 25, so. Here and more. And all is free for the families because of your generosity and donations. As we look ahead to our 6th year, we're excited to continue our hometown Christmas tradition and would like to ask for your support for our event. So this year's estimated cost is right around $18,000. And then they have the breakdown, so,
would we, the Santa books?
yeah. And it comes out of, board promotion, but I'm not sure what's in board promotion right
That's
now.
all there.
There's 47,000 left.
I'll make a motion if we allocate $2,500.
And that includes the books.
And plus the books, and plus the books.
Oh, books on top, 2,500 plus the books. Do I hear a second? Motion carries. Replacement of independent contractor agreement for the community.
Is that the cleaning contract?
Yes,
Okay. I made the revisions to that we talked about. I had difficulty getting them to print, so I emailed them to both Kathy and Nicole in hope the draft that I brought to you last
Is
month.
this for the cleanup?
Yeah, for
Okay.
the community center.
Yeah.
Okay,
It
okay,
just changed the months that are affected in order to correctly reflect the information that Kathy gave me about how she had paid it.
okay.
So we just need to approve the new,
I make a motion, we approve the new.
Nicole, can you,
which
over your email? and-
for everybody's
Yeah.
information, all it is she come back and negotiate on the,
Usage is not as
right, depending, based on the
much as
usage.
it was, so she has to do less, so it was her idea to,
Reduce the
reduce
cost.
the cost that we pay her.
Request for adjustment for Iroquois Manor.
They have Yes, you did, we talked to you about it the other day.
Yeah, we talked about it when they found out, but yeah,
Oh, okay.
the bill went up and
Did they get the leak fixed?
The leak was originated from water supply line within the vacant unit and was not immediately visible because the water was flowing beneath the apartment and away from the building rather than entering the living. Elevated consumption was identified. So, what's the difference?
Nicole, do you know the difference on that?
I'll look it up.
Well, it just,
Well, all we can approve is the sewer anyway.
right, oh, yeah,
They still gotta pay for the water, so.
correct, normal adjustment to sewer. That's it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. And that'll be a sewer adjustment. Employee applications. What's that for? The part-time?
Part-time.
Okay, we'll have.
Okay.
And we'll set up a meeting and review. Proposed landfill allocation for 26-27 discussion.
Yeah, I passed that out to you guys earlier, for you guys to look at.
Yep.
Going into third, fourth quarter in 2027, kind of preparing for the sewer project to get an account set up there.
Really, the only difference is parks go from 9% to 5%.
And also, we drop the vehicle
Right.
allocation down 1%. And that kind of brings everybody pretty well even across the board, besides the fire truck. And hopefully when that gets paid off, we can bring some of that into the sewer and get that paid off quicker.
So this will help us take care of the sewer project.
It's gonna help.
Good.
Okay, I see. Okay.
Then if the line of credit comes available to us, that's been a hold from the community state bank, that can go into the sewer.
Okay.
Sewer account for landfill allocations.
I don't know about that.
You want me to check on that?
See where we're at on that?
Yeah, find out when it can come available.
I can do that.
I'll make a motion, we go with the proposed new landfill percentages.
Does this start in which quarter?
We just got the second quarter, so
Right.
it'll
So it's
be
proposed
what
to
we
go
get
into
in.
So it'll start third quarter.
And that actually just sets up the line item for the sewer project.
Okay.
And the fourth quarter is when
So, perfect.
is there a motion?
I made a motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Clerk treasurer's report.
Nicole typed up a note behind, I just wanted you to see it, and,
So this is different than our
just
original.
a little
Okay.
bit.
Probably should have Becky look at it since we may have to have an ordinance change or something just to make sure that we're,
I was just presenting that,
Uh,
I was just presenting that.
okay.
And then, we have our budget meeting Thursday night at like.
I don't know anymore how long I'm gonna be or where I'm collecting samples. Fair season has to get over soon, I hope.
Got it.
Yeah, I'd get that to Becky and let her review it and check it to make sure that we don't need an ordinance change or something. Anything else? Becky, did you have anything? No. Yeah, we'll sign it here. Anything else? Anybody got anything else? If not, we'll move to claims and close. Thank you all for coming.